Okay. So example 1 for the wing way is mp squared plus 7m plus 3p squared plus 21. Okay. So what you do is you do a box. And it actually does matter where you put this stuff. You need to put stuff that is similar to other things in the same column or row. So I'm just going to start with mp squared here. What do you think I should put here? Sure, 3p squared is a great one because then they both have p squared in common. Do you see what I mean? So 3p squared would be a great idea. What do you think I should put here? 7m, because now vertically they both have an m in common. And then 21 makes sense here. Do you see how there's going to be a 3 in common here and a 7 in common here? And now we just pull out what's in common. So this is an m. This one was a p squared over here. This is a 3 and a 7. So the answer to this one is m plus 3 and p squared plus 7. Now the way the book teaches grouping, and probably the way Thorson taught you grouping, is to put two things next to each other that seem about the same. So here's how you, and you can write this down or not write this down, I don't care what you do. For the first two, what could you take out of the first two together? Like if you're going to do backwards distribution. An m, so I'd write m parentheses p squared plus 7 plus, and then what could I take out of the last two together?
7.
Nope, the last two. A 3, and I'd be left with p squared plus 7. Do you see how I've got two p squared plus 7s there? So the final answer would be m plus 3 times p squared plus 7. Because I'd have to, if I was foiling this out, I'd have to distribute the m to both, which is what this thing is, and the 3 to both, which is what this thing is. So this is how they teach it old school. That's how I learned it, with parentheses and factoring pieces out and then kind of putting it together in the end. But then Connor Wing was like, why wouldn't you just do this in the box like we've been doing all the things? It makes so much more sense. And I was like, that's a better way to teach it, Connor. And thus the Wing way began. So if you prefer to do it the old school way, where you just pull stuff out and think about it that way, you can. The hard part about that is that it's hard to decide what order to put stuff in, to take stuff out first. And I think it's a little easier to understand it when you're putting stuff that's similar to each other next to each other in the box. Do you guys understand that this one, mp squared, I just threw in there because it was whatever, the first one? This one, was it Jackson who said put 3p squared in there? But it could have been 7m, right? The only thing it really couldn't have been was 21, because 21 and mp squared aren't related by anything. Do you guys understand? Okay, all right, let's try one with your partner. 2y squared plus az minus 2z minus ay squared. I don't care if you guys decide to do the box or if you decide to do the old school method, but do the same thing. Talk to your partner. This used to have writing on it. Oh, Jackson.
I didn't forget it, it was just yours.
Is mine forever now?
Not forever until that house was
So mad about this. interesting.
And then
Look
you
at
take
that.
the Z out.
The black pen in the same set. Fine. Am I weird?
Top left would be 2.
You already go through that stuff.
It's just my plan for every day, and then later I can be like, if the kid's like, what I missed, I can be like, can you just tell you exactly what you missed.
This one would be
No, if you pull out a positive 2, that's fine,
Yeah.
but then you're gonna have to, I don't know why here, but then you'll have to put a negative Z down there.
So,
plus A and then
negative.
But
I'm gonna follow
I
up
think the Z get messed up.
afterwards and say, where do I put the negatives to work? Is that the right way to do
That's
it?
the perfect way to do it. Just that's also how I do it, it's not the only way though.
Okay. Oh, I did the other one. Do we get the same? Well, we're doing them.
Oh, down my desk too.
Yeah, I just really pull out, I don't know about the, and then I had before everything, and then I look at where the negative needs to go, where.
As long as I understand that,
This is the end.
I
Because
do minus A,
otherwise,
and then y squared minus C.
All right.
Then the negative 2 minus B.
That's not the one.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I see.
Because then you get,
Oh, because, never mind.
yeah, how does that?
Do a reset for me? I'm sorry. We'll just start again. Such is life. I'm gonna stop telling energetic stories. I'm sure this will teach me a lesson and I'll never do it again. All right, so I think I have all the coffee spilled up now, or cleaned up now. So when you come up here though, be careful not to slip, but you will not get covered in coffee if you come up here. So talk to your partner, decide if you're interested in coming up.
See, like, the thing is like, I'm really bad at writing, but I can try my super hardest
It's like that.
because you understand this and I have
Okay, now I
no
understand
clue.
I'll take that out.
Sure, yeah.
All right, one hand up per partner if you're interested in coming up here and showing us how to do this. One, nope.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. Don't fall on my coffee.
I almost fell on the chair, so I think we're good.
I'll just follow what you do and start.
Okay. I want to do the same thing Crystal did and like twist it.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I just drew the box. Did you do the box as well, or
Yeah.
did you do? Okay.
Yeah. So we got
Hey,
2y
Thomas.
squared.
Talk extra loud so the camera picks you at the.
Scream.
Okay. So I
Just
put
project.
2y squared
Yeah.
in the top left. And then we put negative ay squared in the top right. Then we got negative 2z in the bottom left and az in the bottom right. And we will pull out negative y squared from the top two. And negative 2 z and a, which will make negative z plus a and negative y squared plus z.
Perfect. There was actually a different way you can do it. Can you think of it?
Have
not
negative
sure.
z and
I think we did it differently.
negative a.
Right, negative z and negative a instead, but then the other two would have to be positive. So it could have also been z minus a and y squared minus z, right? Or is it, was it 2 minus a, right? 2 minus
Yeah,
a
2 minus.
and y squared minus z. So if you did it that way, you're also right. All right, get prizes, guys. All right, next up. How do you feel about this? Want another example or should I move on?
Another.
One more? Okay, one more. 4x to the third plus 2x squared minus 2x minus 1. Before you guys start working on this, look at it quick with me. There are 3 ways of factoring I've taught you before this, right? Remember how there